Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Intunes. This is Hop-In issue 19, and without further ado, let's talk about our first issue, Dr. Star from Dark Horse Comics. Now, this is the first read for me, but something about the comic artwork for the cover captured my eye, and I gave it a read. We pick up with Dr. Star, who is a scientist. This is about I want to say like the first war world. I try saying that 10 times fast. But you pick up with him working on a weapon, trying to harness the power of a star. So what happens is the government comes to him and say, hey, look, we need you. We're going to fund you all the money that we can so that you can build whatever it is you need so that you can make this weapon so that we can turn the tide against the Germans. I think they were in Germany, but he was going to work with the USA. So he winds up one night being able to build the machine that he needed to build. But at the same time, he has a family, and his wife is at home with their child. And the whole time we're getting the narrative of how he became the hero, who he worked with during the time of the war. And then going towards the ending of the comic, we see who he's talking to, and it's a shock because he doesn't look old. He looks about this almost the same age as he was when he first made his powers for the Star. So definitely you want to go to your local comic book store and check that out. It's only going to cost you $3.99 plus tax. So without further ado, let's move on to the next comic. Green Hornet. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this other information up is so that you guys kind of get a feel of who it is I'm talking about. If you ever watched the movie, Seth Rogen was in it. Now, he's very popular, especially around that time. You probably know him as the voice actor for Wreck-It Ralph. Totally different thing. But Green Hornet was the movie that he starred in. And if you know anybody, which will probably be your parents and grandparents that watched the TV show Green Hornet that came out in '66 and ended about in '67, so it was only on for one season. But Bruce Lee was Kato in that '67-'66 show. But we pick up with this issue because that's what I want you to hop in and we pick up with the issue that Brett Reed, which is the publisher for the newspaper, is nowhere to be found. So you got people out there pretending, putting on a costume, being the Green Hornet, but they're doing bad things. They're stealing, they're robbing, they're beating up on people who are innocent. So Kato's like, listen, Green Hornet, I don't know where he is, but we can't allow these people out here to just destroy his name. So what he does is he gets his daughter. Kato has a daughter at this time. We're talking like we're being realistic. Kato and Brett were older now. So Kato has his daughter put on the green costume, and now she's out there also with Kato to try to find Brett Reed, the original Green Hornet, and then they're also out there to stop these pretenders being who they are. I think they mentioned a villain in there. I'm not really sure. I read this comic and was just happy about it. But without further ado, it's only going to cost you $3.99. So definitely give it a try and a good read. Alright, we'll move on to the next comic. Next and final issue that we were talking about is Gotham City Garage. Now, if you guys do not know anything about Gotham City Garage, this is pretty much an Elseworld where somehow, some way, it was a big explosion. So Lex Luthor decided to bring everybody together and under one city, under one dome. He got people, and then he's controlling them by having a barking, like a chip in their head, to make them be more peaceful, so that there's not a lot of fights. So whenever something might come up, like an incident that might lead into something, the chip reroutes your thinking, and you don't do it. So the heroes of the stories are consisted of Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Supergirl, Hawk Girl. Matter of fact, no, this is the Bombshell. Anyway, Batgirl and all of them. So any female characters that you can think of in the DC universe, they are now the heroes, and they don't want to be controlled. So what happens is, or in particular this issue 10 that I definitely want you guys to check out, we finally see where Black Canary was. They mentioned her in the previous issue, issue 9, where they said, well, we felt like we betrayed her, or she felt like we betrayed her. So they send out Harley Quinn. Out of all people, you send Harley Quinn to go find somebody. So they send Harley Quinn to go find out Black Canary. And where is Black Canary? Are you done guessing? She's with Ra's al Ghul, ladies and gentlemen. Ra's al Ghul. Come on. She's with him. Alright, she's training under him, studying under him, originally to get his army so that they can join the rest of the Gotham City Garage to fight back against Lex Luthor and all the people that he has. Lex Luthor had Batman, he had Flash. I don't even know who else he has. They're still digging into seeing who Lex Luthor was able to pull up under his wing. So anyway, Black Canary is with Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul says you have one final test, and to do that you have to kill them. So who does he have her face? He has her face Green Arrow. Yeah. After so many years to finally get Green Arrow and Black Canary back together in Rebirth, they got an Elseworld where Black Canary has to kill Green Arrow in order to become his right hand, however they do that for Ra's al Ghul. So it turns out she don't want to do that, and we all know why, because love is stronger than anything else. So she defeats Ra's al Ghul and becomes the new head of the League of Assassins. Now, is Harley Quinn successful? Is she able to get Black Canary to have her new League of Army to come join the Gotham City Garage that's going to be fighting against Lex Luthor and everybody else? Stay in tune. Maybe I might talk about it when that issue comes out, or you can definitely go to your comic book store and pick up this issue. It's only going to cost you $2.99. Alright, you guys, that pretty much wraps up this issue of Hop In. Pretty much, normally it's Wednesday, so I normally go to the comic book store and I normally do Kev's Weekly Pool, but I'm here in Philadelphia and we're supposed to be getting a bad storm, and because I have to do something for work, I'm not going to be able to make it up there to the comic book store and then make it to work on time to do what I got to do. So I figured, well, we'll skip this week's Kev's Weekly Pool, and without leaving you guys here without a show, I decided to do Kev's do Hop In issue. And I've already written this out. I was prepared and ready for this show. I just needed to record it, and what other day than to do that on a day where I can't do what I normally do. That does not mean I'm not going to go to my comic book store and pick up my comics. I just might go tomorrow. But this isn't the only thing that I do on this channel. I also do Kev's Weekly Pool, as I mentioned. I also do, whenever I get packages, I also do unboxing in tunes. And as the title of this particular show, it's In Tunes Hop In, where I take 3 to 4 comics, and I figured if nobody's really talking about this on YouTube or on any other social media network other than the people who created them, why not get on here and provide it for you, who might be a new comic book reader, or who might not have been able to go to the store, or you went to the store and you saw the comic but you weren't going to give it a shot. I at least gave it a shot and would like for you to at least give it a shot. Well, it's March and it's supposed to be springy time, but let's be realistic. March is never really springy time. It's always January, February, March. We get our snowy seasons. But in April, we should have a good season, and then that's when I'll be bringing out my bike, and we'll do some more videos on motorcycles. So please stay in tune, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I've been Kev, you've been you. Again, let's stay in tune.